Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Spiked and Psyched podcast. This is episode 13. I'm your host, Val Constein.
I'm Kyle, and I'm currently injured.
Yeah, it's very sad. Kyle sustained another soccer-related injury.
I haven't had another.
Well, the tooth, remember?
Yeah, but that's not like an injury. That's just like that's like annoying.
So in case you...
I wouldn't call that an injury, but like, yeah, I did chip my tooth and I got it like quickly repaired, but
Yeah, so at Kyle's first soccer game that
I
you
did chip
ever
my
played...
tooth. Well, not ever played, but indoor that I played since starting back up playing rec soccer.
Right.
Yeah,
Chipped
I
his
chipped my
tooth.
tooth.
And then, now, the first game back in the new league...
Also not the first game back in the new league, but the basically we had our first game. We play on like Fridays, but we had our first game in this like new league. But because I think we talked about it in the last podcast, there was a bunch of like windstorms in Boulder. Our last game of the season because there was a season that basically runs through the end of December. But we missed one of the games because the power was out from the windstorms. So we made that up on a Sunday. So essentially, last week, Friday, we played our first game in the new season, but then on Sunday, we had a makeup game from our old season. And then that's when like I kind of like aggravated my hamstring like towards the end of the game. But I kind of like rehabbed it all week and it was like not noticeable. I thought it was fine. And then we played again on Friday and like in the last 2 minutes, me and this other guy like legs came together on the ball and yeah, just like sent a jolt up my right hamstring. So now I'm a little, I don't know. My hamstring's pretty fucked.
Yeah.
It's not like horrible, but I don't think I'll play. Unfortunately, I think I'll have to miss at least one game, but I think probably a week and a half till the next game. I'll probably be good.
Yeah, I hope so. Hamstring stuff is always kind of scary.
Yeah, the hamstring is fucking brutal. I had a hamstring injury in college when I was running that lasted like 6 months. I don't think it'll be that bad. I think right now it's just like mostly tender. And like the thing is like I'm not sure if I strained it or I just like it cramped really bad. And then like I massaged it and like worked on it and then now it's like sore, but I don't know. But yeah, it's been anyways, not that anyone gives a fuck about my injuries, but yeah, my currently injured. So that was going to be my intro today is that my name's Kyle and I'm injured.
Yeah, a hamstring injury, but it's okay. You'll recover. Starting the episode off kind of with some of our favorite things. So, workout of the week for me.
Would you just want to do the race?
Well, I want to talk about the workout that I did before the race.
Okay.
So that was 2 weeks ago. I did this really good workout on Friday to kind of prepare me for an indoor mile that I did actually this past Friday. So 2 weeks ago, we were getting ready for the race and I did 3x1K repeats in the indoor track. And before and after every 1K, I ran a 200. So it was kind of like a sprint workout, a speed workout, and in between each time I ran, in between every 200 and in between every K, I got over 3 minutes of recovery. So it was very much like just trying to hit the pace, working on the turnover, not so much of like an aerobic workout. And all my 200s, I did around 33 seconds, which is pretty good. And then my 1Ks were cut downs. So the first K that I did, I ran 2:58. And then the second K that I ran 2:54. And then my last K of the workout, I ran 2:49.
I think it was 2:53, wasn't it? The second one.
Oh, 2:53, 2:54, something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was
2:49 is crazy. Yeah, Val came home after the workout. I wasn't able to go. I try to go to as many of Val's workouts, but a lot of them are during the week when I'm working, so it can be tough. But she came home and she was telling me about the workout, and she was like, "You should guess how fast I ran on my last K." And so
well, you guessed the first one. I was like, "How fast do you think I ran on my first K?"
Yeah.
And Kyle was like, "Oh, I don't know."
Yeah. And then you said 2:58, so I was like, Definitely got faster. But then you told me like 253 for your second one. And then you're like, what do you think I did on the last one? And I was like, well, I assume it was faster, but I didn't want to be like 252. And then you're like, oh, it was only 253 again. So, yeah, so I think I guessed like the same time, like 253. Then you're like 249. I'm like, shit, that's fast. So, yeah, that's fucking sick. I think that's pretty sick.
That's the best K workout that I've ever done in my entire life.
Yeah, you're super fit, bro.
Like the last K workout that I did that was my best was from a long time ago when I was running 304s. I did 4x K, each in 304. And I think I had like 3 minutes of recovery, but I didn't do any 200s in between. And so this workout was very different because we did break everything up with 200s, at mile pace. But yeah, it was really good. And I was kind of sore from it, but I had a lot of confidence coming off of that workout. And then this past Friday, I raced the mile at the CU Potts Invitational, I think is what it's called.
Yep.
And they're doing this really cool thing where they'll have like an invitation mile. And then they'll do the men's and the women's invitation miles. And then after those two premier events, they'll have like the open miles after that.
Yeah, the heats.
The regular heats. So the men actually went before me.
Yep.
And they definitely set the bar pretty high because Isaiah Gibbons ran
357.
357 at altitude.
He set the Colorado soil record, which is insanely fast. He looked really good. And then a bunch of
other guys.
Yeah, a bunch of the other CU guys ran really fast. They almost had multiple CU runners break 4. Like Cole was really close and Lucas was really close. They both ran like 4 flat, right?
Yeah, and Cole and Lucas are both 5K guys, steeplechase.
Yeah.
So
super impressive. Yeah, I was talking to Cole after the race, and I was like, "How much eligibility do you have left?" Because I was like, "I thought you broke it." Because when I was watching it, he looked like he was close enough that he probably broke 4. But I was talking to him after. I was like, "Oh, dude, that was sick. Like, you still ran insanely fast, even though like you're so close to breaking 4." But then I was like, how much eligibility do you have left? And he's like, oh, technically this is only like my sophomore year in eligibility. I was like, oh, you have 2 more years? Yeah, you'll get it. Like, you'll definitely run. Not that I guess that really matters too much, but like, I'm sure if he wants to run sub 4, he has 2 more years to do it. Like, reasonably, you would think that seems like very achievable.
Totally. And if he wanted to do it outright, I'm sure if he went to Boston or...
Yeah. I don't think they'd have any... No. They'd have 0 problem. Yeah, right. That would be way easier at sea level. But I think like breaking 4, I would almost say like with where things are, like breaking 4 is... It used to be like such a cool novelty, and now like...
Hundreds and hundreds of people do it every year.
I don't know about hundreds and hundreds, but a shit ton of people do it.
High school kids do it.
Yeah, now like high school kids do it every year, which is crazy. But doing it at CU at altitude, that's still pretty sick.
Oh, so, yeah. It was really cool.
Yeah. So, but I think because they had this meet this weekend, and they actually have another one next weekend.
They do, yeah.
And I think Drew Hunter is gonna
try to run the next one.
Yeah, I think he's gonna try to run the mile, and I think he's gonna try to run the soil record. So
wow.
Well, it'll be really interesting to see. I mean, I would assume Drew can do it just because... He's going to
need pacers, though, because Isaiah...
Yeah, I'm sure he'll have pacers.
Because Isaiah had 2
They wouldn't
pacers.
do that with pacers.
It would be hard to do without pacers.
Yeah.
I mean, but Isaiah had 2 pacers. He had a guy named Drew who's on the team.
Yep, and then Chris.
And then Chris.
Yeah.
Chris Cherry, who's
a CU
alum. And so I think he only had to run the last 2 laps alone. Do you remember how...
They got him through...
Was it 1,200?
I think the first pacer was like 800, and then I think the other pacer was either a K or 1,200. I'm not sure. We were on the opposite side of the track, so I'm not 100% sure. I think it was a K.
Okay.
Because I don't remember seeing him come over towards the start finish, but yeah, I mean, really fast, super cool.
It'll be cool.
It's the NCAA #1 time, and I think like Cole's time was like 4th in the NCAA, and then I think Lucas was like 6th or 7th or something like that. But yeah, they had a bunch of times in like the top 10.
Yeah.
From that race in the NCAA. Granted, it's like early, but I think like I would imagine Isaiah's time will definitely get him in, and then I think Cole will be on the cusp. That's the other thing Cole was telling me. He's like he thinks he'd be kind of like borderline based on the time that got in last year. Yeah. We'll see.
Yeah, we will see because in a couple weeks there's going to be a lot more races. But enough about the men's race. Now I want to talk about my
Yeah,
race.
Val's race. The most important race.
Exactly. The most
Right.
important
For the
race.
princess. Yep. Okay, go ahead.
So this year was really cool. Coach Carlson asked Abby Nicknecki to pace me
Yep.
for the mile, which was really, really great because when I ran it in 2023, when I had run 7, I didn't have a pacer. And so I ran the race wire to wire and just kind of
Yep.
time trialed it essentially.
Yep.
And I still ran really well, but it was really nice to have a pacer. And so
Yep.
Abby took me through 800 and 219,
Yep.
which was great. Pretty much right on pace, exactly what we wanted. And then I had to run, the next 800 meters solo.
Yep.
And it was really hard. I mean, even though I had done kind of a speedy workout the week before, still, I mean, I haven't been hammering a bunch of speed work. And so I do some strides and stuff on Sunday and a couple strides on Thursday, but it's mainly been threshold work and a couple speed sessions tossed in here and there. And so I finished the race and I was really happy with the 4:35, but then I started thinking about it and I was like, okay, if we actually started to do some more speed work, I could really get my turnover
Yep.
better. And I think I could run even faster if we wanted to run it back in like a month.
Yeah. I mean, technically running, I guess it's a little bit weird because I guess you could maybe make an argument that like you run like faster 1500s and you don't run very many miles. And maybe, I guess like Fifth Ave you ran like faster technically,
I
right?
did. I think I
Yeah.
ran 4:25 at Fifth Ave.
So it's like it's
But
a it's a
Fifth Ave's
facility
downhill.
yeah, it's a facility PR, which is good, and you ran the last half of it solo. And I mean opening with like mostly just like strength work that's like great. I mean it's a great spot to be in. So and it was sick. You looked really good. I mean it would be cool, one day with how many good runners there are in Boulder to try to go after the women's soil record. I was thinking about that. I guess this is a kind of good question, like, because the women's soil record is Emma's.
Mm-hmm.
She ran like 4:32 during the pandemic. So I guess it's like more of like an interesting, like, I was thinking about this. What soil record is stronger, the men's or the women's? And I was thinking, this was my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong. You guys let me know in the comments or whatever. And you let me know your opinion. I was thinking that probably Emma's is stronger, technically speaking, because like if you think about it, like Emma's like a world champion. They like had like they set up that whole like team boss mile or whatever in like Grand Junction, and they all ran really fast. And I don't feel like there's been too many like soil attempts by like pros men. Like obviously like nowadays with how insanely fast college kids are, like obviously like Isaiah is faster than like pros.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not no obviously like Isaiah is insanely good. But yeah, I don't know. I was thinking it's like I guess technically you'd probably have to say that the women's is probably a little bit stronger cuz I remember like when I was in college that Emma and Team Boss, like they went after the soil record in Gunnison once, and I think she set it there. And then I think during the pandemic they went after it again because there wasn't any races, so they like set up their own event. So I think like Emma alone has done it at least 2 times, maybe more, that I can't remember. And obviously, 2020 was she was insanely fit. So I mean, like that's obviously like a pretty legit. Anyways, I think it'd be cool to see you and maybe some other women try to go after that record because I think it's attainable. But,
I agree. I mean,
but if you had people the last 800 meters and like were racing, like who knows?
well, even if we had a pacer taking us through a couple seconds faster through the 800,
Yeah.
and then pacer steps off the track
And then it's racing.
and then it's racing after that. And if there was 3 or 4 women who were racing each other in the last 800, I think we would have definitely run faster.
Yeah.
Because it just becomes a lot harder when the race is
When you're like
time
holding
trial.
yourself accountable
Well, yeah, and
over the last 8.
it's all mental, and you're just like, okay, I gotta keep going. But if you're actually chasing somebody, the motivation is a lot higher.
Yeah.
I agree with you. And also, if you think about Emma's record, I mean, it's stood for, at this point, it'll be over 6 years,
That's crazy.
almost 6
I was
years.
about to say 4 years, and then I was like, wait.
6 years.
Yeah.
And so I think it's a really, really strong record. Also, there's never been, like, the men's race was insanely competitive, and the
Yeah.
women's race wasn't. I mean, I finished 8 seconds before the next
Yeah.
person.
I don't even know it. No, way more than that. I think it was like 20, 25 seconds.
Really?
I don't know. I think at least 20. I think at least 20.
Okay, so I finished 20
It was a lot. I
seconds.
mean, there was no one on, like, if you look at the pictures, like, on the home stretch, there's no one in sight.
That's
Like,
true.
when you're, like, past
So
the finish line.
At least like 80 meters ahead of the next closest person.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so that's not really like a race. Like if there was someone who was breathing down my neck, I think I, might have.
No, yeah, for sure. I mean, no, of course. Like, anytime you have pacers and then you run, I mean, some people, like say for like Jakob or whatever, like he's used to doing that shit all the time because he's so good and
He runs from the front.
yeah, a lot. It's like, but like you don't do that. Like, I mean, this is pretty much the only race every year that you actually are like, oh, we know like, okay, you're going to have a pacer and then probably after that, unless like some other local pro in Boulder signs up, which you've never run the mile with another person.
No, I've never run the mile.
Since you've been post-collegiate.
I mean, I didn't run the mile in college at that meet.
No, I know. I'm just saying like post-collegiately.
Right.
Since you've been like technically a professional runner.
Post-collegiately, I've never raced.
Yeah. This is technically the best setup you've had with like a proper pacer.
Yes,
so,
exactly.
Yeah. No, I mean, it was sick. It's I think more than anything, obviously you're fit, you're healthy. Great starting point for most of the strength work when you just basically did like one speed workout or like one quicker workout. I wouldn't even call that like a bona fide speed workout. It's not like you're ripping 200s. Like your 200s are like relatively like 33, like you can run that.
Yeah, and when I do 200s, I only do like 6 of them.
Right.
So and I get 200 meters of recovery. So it's, I haven't done anything. I haven't done true psycho speed yet. It's pretty much all been aerobic. Well,
and back when you ran 8:41 or 8:40, whatever it was, you ran 38, 37?
37.
4:37?
Yeah.
Granted, it was by yourself, but like you'd also done a lot quicker stuff at the time. Yeah, I mean, moral of the story, in a really good spot.
I think so too. And I definitely felt like after the mile was over, I was saying that I didn't feel like I had my turnover quite there yet. But I was also kind of thinking like, I feel like I'm in a really good spot for 3K because I have so much aerobic strength. And obviously I have enough speed to kind of get the job done, at least to get myself into some deep water. And then obviously as the indoor season progresses, that speed piece will come. But speaking of the indoor season.
Yeah, both with your race and in general, it's officially underway. There's some people that race fast at the UW invite. The 2 people I know about that actually raced at the UW invite was Cam Myers, that like insanely good Australian kid, ran like 3:49, which is nuts in the mile. And then Maggie Condon, I think she actually ran the mile and the 8, the double.
She did?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, she ran 4:27 in the mile and like 4:27 like mid or high, something like that, and then 2 flat-ish. Wow. Like 2 flat. I don't know. I think it was like on the upper end of 2 flat. But yeah, I mean, obviously she's really good and she's like a mile 800 runner. So that's obviously really good. It would have been cool, because your converted altitude time is like 4:28 low. So it'd have been cool. I mean, obviously, like who knows what would have happened, but it would have been cool if like you guys would have had each other to race. But
I know I always kind of waffle back and forth between like, okay, every year this happens. Every year that I run the mile at the CU meet, this happens. I run the mile. I feel like I did really good. I look at my altitude conversion time, and then I look at the other meets that go on, and I think, oh man, if I had gone to that meet, I could have finished, in the top 3 or whatever, or run really fast or whatever. But then, after taking last year I didn't open up at CU, and the year before that, obviously I didn't race indoor. And
Yeah, 'cause you're hurt.
so having some space and now kind of like reflecting on it, I think, even though it's really cool to open up really fast at a meet like UW,
Well, you still ran really fast. I mean, I think the converted time, like, if, again, I don't know for sure. I mean, obviously, you could have a whole debate about the accuracy of altitude conversions and all that shit. But if 428, I mean, let's just say, like, roughly that's correct. Like, that's really fucking fast. And, Maggie Condon only ran, like a half-ish second quicker, or, like, less than half a second quicker. Like,
in
now
real
she ran that
race.
straight up, but
Right, she did. But
yeah, no, I mean, I think it's a good spot. I think the other thing too is, like, you have to remember is, like, it's a good building block.
totally.
And the mile isn't like your premier event. Like, obviously, like, the 3K is probably going to be like more of that's the race that you really want to rip one.
And that was going to be my point, is that, like, I can race at CU for free. I don't have to travel.
5 minutes from our house.
It's a 5-minute drive from our house, and I can sleep that night in my own bed and, get right back to training. And it's such a easy way to get in a really high quality effort, especially since Abby paced me. And so, yes, it would have been really cool to go to UW and maybe run 428 right out,
Yeah.
but I still think that I'm really happy with what I did. But speaking of going to sea level, my plan for this indoor season.
Oh yeah. What's the plan? What's the game plan? What's the next race? You want to say your next race?
Yeah, I want to say my next race.
Okay.
Yeah. As Kyle was saying, my next race is going to be a 3K because I really think that I could run well in a 3K this year, and I'm going to go to BU. I think that meet is like January 30th.
It's like 2 weeks from now, I think, right? Or less than 2 weeks. It's 2 weeks from Saturday or whatever, from when you raced last.
Exactly.
It's either 2 weeks, like, on the day, or like maybe 1 day short of 2 weeks if you race on Friday. Depends on if you race Friday or Saturday, I would imagine.
Right. And so it'll be really fun to go back to Boston and run fast.
Yeah.
Knock on wood.
Yeah, you've run fast there before.
Exactly. In a 3K. And I feel like BU always has really good races too. And so hopefully I can get into the fast heat and go to toe to toe.
I sure hope you get into the fucking oh Jesus, I can't even speak. I hope you get into the fast heat. That would be insane. I'm pretty sure you'll be in the fast heat.
Yeah, so I want to get into the fast
I
heat.
hope I'm in the fast heat. Yeah, I hope so.
I want to get into the fast heat. And I think that I'm in shape right now, that if you look at what I did in 2023 and you look at what I'm doing now, it looks like I'm on track to run around 840.
I mean,
or better.
Yeah.
And
I think you can run fast.
Yeah, so I'm super excited.
Because you left when you ran 841, you had some like, oh, I wish I would have done XYZ better.
It's true, but that was
and you're in way better shape now.
Yes, it's true.
Yeah.
And I think now maybe in 2023 I might have had a little bit more.
Arguably the 3K you are better prepared for.
Agreed, because I was going to say in 2023 I might have had a little bit more foot speed.
Yeah.
But I definitely did not have the aerobic that I have now. And so now I think like getting into the deep water, I'll be able to stay there longer.
I'm excited, bro. You're going to run fast.
And unfortunately, Kyle might not be able to come.
Yeah. Val might have to go by herself. Oh my God.
Well, I don't have the whole CU team there, so I wouldn't really be by myself.
Yeah. No, yeah. I have a work trip that like we need to figure out. It's not for sure. I'm hoping to make it. I like going to all of Val's races. It's like my favorite reason to travel. I guess it's really like for the most part, besides I guess work, it's really the only reason I travel. But
Same.
yeah, at least for now. One day, do more shit. But yeah, I have a work trip that like kind of conflicts on the front end. So I have to figure out if I can either fly straight to Boston or if it's just going to be like too much and timing doesn't make sense. We'll see. Planning on doing a lot of traveling the rest of the year with her, so
yeah,
we'll pick our battles. But yeah, hopefully, I like going to all Valor's races, but I might not be able to go. So
sad.
She might have to be on her own.
It's okay because I plan to race again after Boston.
Yeah, on probably in the same area.
In the same area. I mean, going back to Boston to race the Valentine's Day would be great.
That's like, yeah, 2 weeks after or whatever.
And
I can definitely go to that one. I don't have any. I mean, I should be able to go to that one.
right.
Yeah.
And then it would be cool to get into Milrose, but I know that sometimes that meet's difficult to get into.
Yeah, it would be sick if you could. Yeah.
It would be cool.
We'll see.
It would be awesome. I would be honored to race Milrose, but if it doesn't happen, BU Valentine's
Is that
Day.
in the middle of the month too? Milrose?
I believe so. Yeah. Kyle can look it up, but they've already started to release some heat or some fields for certain events for Milrose.
Yeah, tons of them. Well, the 3K, I don't think they have like multiple heats at Milrose.
No, it's just one race.
But
Sometimes they
that
race the
3K is like
It's
the
usually
women's. If you ran the 3K, which I would assume that would be the event you'd run, if you made it, is like the two main people or the two headliners are, or not headliners, but like the two people that they've said are going to be there are, or for sure are Jane
okay.
Hendegren and then Doris. So
Doris.
it's like kind of
Oh,
a
wow.
cross country rematch.
Wow, that's
Oh no,
gonna
no, it's well, no, it's February 1st.
Okay, so
I don't think you'd be able to do it.
I won't be able to do Milrose, but that's okay. Boston I think is going to be great, and then I'll just go back to BU for Valentine's Day.
Yep. I think, unless I'm like looking at the wrong thing.
No, I mean that's probably right, but it doesn't really matter. I mean, all these meets are really good, and I think BU I've never raced at any other 200-meter track except BU and the one in Albuquerque. And BU definitely has like some bounce to it because it's like an older track that's built up on these like wooden supports. And so it's kind of bouncy.
Yeah.
And so people run really, really fast at BU.
Yeah. BU is super fast.
And then I guess so that'll be a very interesting race with Doris and Jane going head to head. And I could probably see, like, obviously this is speculation because I don't know, but Josette Norris could tear it up.
I have no idea who else is entered in the race. But yeah, I mean, I would assume there's going to be other Americans. Josette would definitely be one of them that I would think would be or could run really fast.
And Ellie St. Pierre could probably do that.
Yeah, she's done the mile in the past. I don't know if she would.
She has the 2-mile record.
Yeah,
American
I mean,
record.
obviously she's insanely good.
Right, she's insanely good. And so they're going to put together a really cool field, and it'll be neat to see who's there. I mean, I'll be watching, obviously, but kind of cool. The indoor track and field championships then are going to be February 28th to March 1st. And they're going to be...
what do you think about that?
I don't know. It kind of depends. I mean... TBD, because...
It's kind of a good year to do it.
Right. I think if...
But also, like, if you want to.
Exactly. I think that if this first BU meet goes really, really well, and I'm psyched to do it again at Valentine's. Actually, I don't know, because maybe I will decide, like, oh, maybe I'll save the next 3K for the championship, and maybe for Valentine's try to get into a mile or a 1500, which would be kind of fun.
Yeah.
Just work on some speed, maybe.
Well, I think I don't know if they do any 1500s indoor or not.
I think usually it's miles, but...
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I think it's miles, but you could run a fast mile.
Yeah, that would be really fun. So the world is kind of my oyster, but it would be cool to maybe go to the track and field the indoor championships because it's going to be in Staten Island, New York. I've never been to Staten Island.
Yeah.
At the Ocean Breeze Athletics.
Yeah, I think that's like the green track that they had it at last year.
Really?
Yeah, where Nikki and
Sinclair, wasn't it?
No, but who's the guy? The young guy?
The young guy.
800-mile guy. Oh my god. I'm blanking.
Oh, the boy.
Yes.
The kid, the like 17-year-old.
No, he's not 17.
Cooper.
What? No. That one, I'm saying the guy that won last year.
Oh, I don't know.
Didn't double event. He won in the mile and the 3K.
I don't know who won.
Hobbs.
Oh, Kessler. Okay.
Val is not very knowledgeable about the track.
Especially boys. Especially men's track. I have
boy.
I guess Hobbs Kessler's young, but he's not. What is his name? Cooper Lutenhausen?
Yeah, that you could say fairly. He's a younger lad.
A young lad.
Yeah.
But anyways, and then I guess, and obviously this is super TBD, but the indoor world championships is in Poland. So that's interesting.
Hell yeah. Poland. Sick.
Yeah.
No, yeah, no, that is cool. Poland would be cool.
Poland would be sweet.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's just top 2.
Yeah,
It's just top 2 in each event, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
The year you won your indoor 3K, there wasn't World Championships, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So not a lot of people. Well, obviously there were still people that were there, but like a lot of the heavy hitters didn't.
There are still some pretty heavy hitters in that race, but yeah, I mean, just like every indoor year, there's people that don't show up.
Yeah, that's
Indoor
true.
is always just weird because it's like the season that like even if you're healthy, some people don't even do it.
It's true. Yeah.
And yeah, so it's like, and also like you see people that like light it up in indoors and then they suck outdoors. It's like important, but also not important at all. Like indoors is just always generally just such a weird year.
Yeah.
Or weird season. Because it really doesn't mean anything unless you like do go to Worlds and you compete at Worlds. But even then, like, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but like winning an indoor world championship versus like winning an outdoor world championship just carry different weight in my mind. I'm not saying maybe that's not everyone, but
I mean, I would be psyched.
Yeah, of course. I'm not saying it would be the sickest thing ever. It would be sick, but I'm just saying I feel like generally speaking, like kind of the same thing with indoors, right? Like last year, wasn't there indoor world championships last year?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, like Nikki chose not to go.
True. Yep.
They won
both events.
They won both events. And they didn't end up going to world championships. Yep. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's just a good example of like, even if you are the best person in your country or whatever, because indoors is weird and people are like, oh, like I'll rest and wait for outdoors. They end up not racing the big races, even if they qualify, or they just end up not racing at all. Like last year, you ran one indoor race.
I know, yeah.
And you were healthy the whole year.
It's
right?
true, yeah.
Yeah. So.
I know, that's kind of big. Well, because the traveling is tough.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. It's expensive.
Yeah.
It's also like, it's kind of the same thing where it's like inconsequential.
Yes.
In some ways, right? Because like outdoor, for example, if like, you're like, okay, I'm preparing to get ready for the steeple, you know, you want to get some races under your belt.
Yep.
Like a rust buster and then like trying to run faster and whatever, like you're trying to prepare for it. Whereas like indoor, it's like kind of just running to run.
Yeah, definitely.
Right. Like unless you do go to USA's and then you go to Worlds.
Right. Yeah, that's very true.
Which is like, this is a good year to do that because it's kind of an off year.
Yeah. Well,
if you want to. But again, it also comes back to, it's like indoors is just weird because
this year is really weird.
Well, yeah, this year is super weird, but in general, indoors is always weird because it's just like, for example, like if you're healthy and you're running, there's never a question of like, oh, are you going to do outdoor US championships?
Right.
It's like you're going to do outdoor US championships, right? Just like anyone else would.
Yeah.
But if you're indoor, it's like, maybe not.
Yeah, maybe not.
It's just like depends on the person. So
yeah, definitely.
It's just weird.
Yeah, that's such a good point because you're right. In outdoors, even though there's no world championships this year for outdoors, it's still not a question. Like, of course, I'm going to race US championships in the steeplechase.
Yeah, this year is like the one year that if someone chose not to do outdoors, it wouldn't be like outlandish, but I also don't see a reason why anyone would do that.
I don't know why you wouldn't do that either because...
Unless there was like some big Diamond League race and...
But that's not how they build the schedules.
No, I get it. I'm just saying, like, unless there was something else that was like a direct conflicting thing and someone was like, I think this is better. But I would imagine most people's like all their contracts have incentives around like US championships and stuff. So
of course, yes.
Yeah.
They definitely do.
But yeah, it's still, even on a weird year, I would imagine there's like a 99% that if you are like a specialist in a given event, even though it doesn't qualify for a world championship, you will do outdoor track championships, which is weird when you think about it, that like no one would do indoor, or like people would be like, oh, I don't know about indoor. And there's a world championship, but outdoor, there's no world championship, I guess, besides like the ultimate world championships, which like we'll see. But it's like the way everyone talks about it, it's like no one's like planning on the ultimate world championships. You know what I mean?
Well, because I don't even think the ultimate world championships knows what it's going to be.
Well, no, it's basically going to be based on world ranking. And
I know, but what even events are going to be there?
I think they have like the 5K, the 1500, the 800. It's like all the big events. I think they got rid of some of the field events, and they got rid of, like, obviously there's not a 3K steeple. I know they've thrown around the idea maybe there's a mile steeple. I don't know.
There's no 10K.
There's no 10K. Yep.
It's just kind of weird.
No, for sure. It's also weird because it's based on world ranking, is my understanding.
And world rankings are weird.
Well, right. Yeah. It's totally weird. You could have one. Well, it's, yeah, like we've seen it where it's like you could have one bad year, and rightfully so, you could plummet in the world rankings or whatever. But then also, if you technically have a bad year, but you race less, sometimes that moves you down the world rankings less. Like if you didn't race, you get bumped down less than if you did race.
Yep.
Which, I don't know. I don't really fully understand the world rankings half the time. And then also like the assignment of like the level of the race. Like, yeah. Anyways.
Oh, the gold, silver, bronze.
Yeah, it's like, oh, if you go run an insanely fast time, oh, but it's only at a silver race. But it's like, but if you ran like a top time in the world, like, who gives a shit?
I know, it's so annoying.
Yeah.
Well, it sucks because, like, not to toot my own horn, but I think I could be pretty darn good at the mile steeplechase.
Yeah.
I think I could be really good at it, and it might be hard for me to get enough, like, world ranking. I mean, maybe if I go win a Diamond League, I could get a world ranking to go. But because
well,
last
if
year,
there is one, you just have to figure out. Yeah, if there is a mile steeplechase, which would be sick. I think that would be a really entertaining event. I also, to be honest, personal gripe, in my opinion, like the steeple men, women's, sick event.
Yeah.
One of my favorite events. I would rather watch, like, personally, and yes, I'm biased. I like ran the steeple in college, whatever. And obviously I'm biased because of Val too, but I would rather watch a steeple than a 5K.
Me too. It's short.
I don't think that's necessarily like a crazy thing. I think a lot of people will be like, oh yeah, I like the steeple and I like the 5K. Like obviously, of course, there's some people that would be like, oh yeah, I prefer the 5K, but I don't know. I think it's crazy that they don't have a steeple.
Oh well.
Of some form, or potentially might not.
Well, I think it is going to be really interesting in the mile steeplechase.
Yeah, that would be super interesting. You got to be super careful because you're going to be moving way faster over hurdles.
I mean,
for like more laps.
I've paced. I ran 800 in the steeplechase.
It's really good.
Winifred in Belgium, and I came through in what?
2:12, I think.
2:12? Or is it 2? Oh yeah, I guess you're right. So I came through an 800
2:13
in a steeplechase in 2:12. And from my personal experience, like, yes, being speedy is helpful. Yes, being good aerobic is helpful. But honestly, having good form is like so key for the steeplechase, mile steeplechase. Yeah. Well, I don't know, because it's like, if you think about the 400-meter hurdles, let's say you're really good at the 600, indoor 600. You're really good. Run. Or the in the 800, you're really good at the 800 or the open 4.
Sure.
No one would be like, oh yeah, you would be a great 400-meter hurdler. People train their whole lives just for the 400-meter.
Yeah.
And if you're Sydney McLaughlin and you're just like the best in the world, you can go to the 4 and do really, really well. But you don't really see people who are really 400-meter specialists be like, oh, I'm going to just hop in the 400-meter hurdles.
I feel like the point you're making makes sense. But I also feel like only the people that will run the mile steeplechase will just all be steeplers.
No, they definitely will, because I think it would be way too hard.
I think the point you're saying is that just that like form is really important when you're running fast.
Like someone who's really good at the mile or the 1500 probably would struggle a lot more in a steeplechase mile than a 3K steepler getting into the steeplechase mile.
No shit. Of course. That's not a fair compare. I don't think that's fair. No miler. I don't think that Nikki is considering running the mile steeplechase. I don't want to put words in Nikki's mouth, but I would imagine they are not that interested in doing a steeplechase mile when they are so good at like the mile or the 1500.
Yeah, okay. Fair point.
Yeah, I think it'd just be steeplers. But I think the point you're trying to make, I think you're getting detached from the point you're actually trying to make, is that because you're moving so much quicker in the mile, or not so much quicker, but
A lot quicker.
well, maybe not. I mean, keep in mind, well, like over like the last 2 laps of like a 3,000-meter steeplechase,
You might speed up, yeah.
well, they might be running close to like an insane mile pace too, right?
They
Or like over the last lap. You could just say over the last lap, they're probably running like, the men might be running sub 60, the women might be running
like low 60.
Yeah, whatever. Anyways, point being, form is really important. And you see that, obviously, like in the 3K steeple, you see how important it is over the last lap, like how important form is, like having a good last water barrier, having a good last hurdle, right? Like you see a lot of people fall because they can't pick up their feet, but just generally having good form obviously helps.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But I think it would be really cool, and I want to run one. If the Diamond League ever offers another mile steeplechase, I don't want to pace it, I want to race it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you'd be good at it.
I think it would be really fun.
Yeah, the last one you just weren't set up well to do that because you had that was 2 days after another race.
Well, and they were trying to have Yavi run like
20.
420 in the mile steeplechase. It was like,
she ended up running like 440, I think.
yeah, and
yeah, it was too fast.
Her and I talked about it afterwards, and we were both just like, if she was running closer to like 430 pace and then closing, that would have been better.
Yeah.
And honestly, if she was running closer to 430 pace, there's a chance I could have stayed in the game.
You were going to. I mean, I didn't think staying in it was going to be reasonable because, I mean, we saw Yavi blow up, and I think you probably would have blown up too, just because
it was
going through 212 is insane.
Yeah.
Not saying that no one can do it one day, but it's really fast.
Just for right now. And I mean, I hadn't done, obviously, like, it's not like I was practicing for the mile steeplechase. Like, it was just like, oh, can you do this? Yeah, sure. Let me just hop in.
But I think the point you're trying to make is when you did that,
I noticed.
The 2 laps, you're like, oh, wow. Like, this is really helpful.
Yeah.
Having good form.
100%.
Right? That's where this is all coming from?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. That's where it's all coming from.
But hey, watch out. 1,500 meters might be like, let's switch it up and become a mile steepler.
Imagine what Jenny Simpson could have done.
Well, she ran the steeple first.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, no.
Do you know that Ellie St. Pierre did the steeplechase in college?
Yes, I do know that.
So
and they were both like, fuck the steeple, we're gonna run the mile.
Yeah.
And they're both really good. But no, yeah, I mean, that was always a crazy thing because I think Jenny at the time, granted, the event has developed a lot, but she was the American record holder. And did she win an NCAA title in the steeple?
Yeah,
she did. Did she run it at the NCAA championships?
Remember, but she won her first NCAA championships in the steeple as like a freshman.
Yeah,
she was really good.
Well, yeah, she had the American record, which I think then Emma broke Jenny's record, right?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, I remember a lot of people at one time being like, "It's insane that she switched away from the steeple," and then she went and became world champion and
in the 1500,
an Olympic medalist in the 1500. And it's like, he's sick.
I know.
So,
yeah.
And same thing with Ellie. She's had insane amounts of success, not in the steeple, but yeah, they both were steeplers.
I mean, at one point in time,
that's the thing though. You see people walk away from the steeple, but like you don't see a lot of people go try the steeple and then like later in their career or whatever, and then become really good at it. Like Evan Yeager is the only person I can think of he made a post collegiate, like when he was a pro, he switched to the steeple and then obviously turned out to be the best American ever at it, but I don't think that's like typically normal.
I think it's not typically normal because I think that it's one of those things like the hurdles, regular hurdles, or like a field event, that it takes some skill.
Oh yeah.
Time
well, you have to
develop.
Be coordinated. Most runners are clumsy. Just being my opinion.
Wow. Well.
No, come on.
Okay.
Runners are not typically unless you played a sport before you ran, you're not typically the most coordinated.
I mean, yeah, I could see that. Yeah.
Just throw a ball to most runners and just watch them catch it.
Okay, well, you could throw a ball to me and I probably wouldn't be able to catch it.
I agree. It is amazing how athletic you are, considering hand-eye coordination when it comes to throwing stuff at you. You're like, ah!
I was a gymnast.
So
like I have a very good body.
But that is hand-eye coordination.
It's body awareness.
You wouldn't say that's hand-eye coordination too? Like if you're like running and vaulting?
I think it's just coordination because it's your whole entire body. Like your legs have to be in a certain position.
Well, fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah. So I think for me, it was just like general coordination. Like,
yeah.
You can ski, like there's.
Yeah. No, I'm just thinking like back when I was in college running, like I had teammates who like played sports and like were pretty hand-eye coordinated, and then other people like were like runners for most of their life, and they like, yeah, you threw a frisbee at them, it might be like, okay, don't let it hit you in the face.
So how has it been on your indoor soccer league now that you have another runner on your indoor team?
Oh, Dalton.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, Dalton is. I'm not. I'm like so in such worse shape than Dalton is. He's like the Energizer Bunny. He's really good too.
Yeah, he's coordinated.
Yeah, we're probably like similar like level of like soccer skill, but he's in like way better fucking shape than
Yeah.
me. So it's like he's way better than me. So
He's way better.
just because he can like stay in the game twice as long and like not get tired. Apparently, Dalton broke his rib though, or he thinks he did playing soccer.
Yeah, because he said he was in a
He
lot of
got
pain.
body checked by a girl. Dalton, for anyone who doesn't know, is the assistant coach at assistant men's coach under Carlson. He's a great guy, super cool. But yeah, he's in our rec soccer league too. Yeah, we have a bunch of runners on that team because Geo.
Nelson.
Yeah, it's basically just there's more runners. There's more runners than there are like
Actual
bona fide
soccer.
like retired soccer players. I mean, like we all played soccer at one point in time, but then like most all of us became runners. So
I feel like that's a very common theme.
yeah, I mean, yeah, for sure.
Like the soccer player realizes at a certain point that like, well, what makes me good is the running aspect. I might as well just run.
Or they're just like better. Yeah, I mean, soccer's also tough too. Like for me, it was like there's a certain level of it being like a subjective sport.
Yeah, whether or not the coach thinks that you're
Yeah, I mean, obviously, like if you're insanely good, probably your coach's opinion on you doesn't matter. But sometimes it's like, oh man, yeah, like that was always a nice thing. But for me, like running wise, was like didn't have to worry about what like if the coach is going to start you or not.
that's why I left soccer as well, is because there was like some stuff and I was like, well, I can just go run and go to the state meet and it's objective that
Yeah,
I'm,
yeah,
whatever.
totally, 100%, 100%. But yeah, anyways, we got on a
Kind
bunch
of
of
weird
tangents,
tangent there.
bunch of weird tangents there. There's a bunch of stuff going on in the world right now. The NFL playoffs are happening.
College championships happening right now.
Yeah,
We're gonna watch that when we finish up
yeah.
here. I don't really care
We're
that
not
much
really
about.
huge Miami or University of Indiana fans, but I kind of hope Indiana wins just because I think the coach is kind of a gangster. Their head coach is pretty cool.
I don't know anything about either of the teams, but
Yeah,
I'm sure it's gonna be good football, so we can watch it.
yeah. But the one thing we can just like quickly skim over this was like a week ago, it was announced that Marvin Bracey Williams, who's a 100-meter world silver medalist in 2022, he signed with the Enhanced Games after he was suspended through November 2028 by the U.S. Anti-Doping Agency. So I think, I don't know. I don't know if you want to say anything.
We kind of briefly talked about this in a different episode.
No, for a while about the Enhanced Games.
Okay, so we did talk about it for a while, and this was kind of our sneaking suspicion from the beginning, was like people aren't gonna go to the enhanced games unless they can't compete in the, IAAF sanctioned meets.
Well, no, it makes sense. It's like, okay, if you're a runner and you get banned,
And you lose
so
your
like your
contract.
like livelihood,
Yeah.
or like I would imagine, right? For the time being, it's gone, and you're like, okay, well, I need to make money or whatever. It's like the Enhanced Games. Previously before the Enhanced Games, like it or not, there wasn't another great avenue for someone to make money. So, in some ways, I kind of understand it, but also, yeah, I mean, you're also just never gonna get like Usain Bolt at like the top of his game. That's like always going to be the problem with like the Enhanced Games is like Fred Curley. I don't know if you can make an argument that he's still really good, but like, is he at the top of his games? I don't know.
But now he's juiced.
Well,
So
yeah.
who knows? I mean, I don't know. I mean, my biggest issue with the enhanced games is we don't really know, because athletes aren't just taking copious amounts of drugs all the time. At least you hope they don't. I don't. That would be the biggest issue, is like, okay, you're going into a league where they're actually actively drugging you up. and you don't know how these substances are going to react in your body, and you could have long-term health consequences from being on certain drugs for a prolonged period of time, and that kind of freaks me out.
Well, I think it's also kind of a thing where it's like, I mean, it's kind of like a moral, like philosophical debate about, I mean, to me, it's like, in some ways, you're kind of basically sacrificing I guess you're not like lying about it, like if you're cheating and then like racing against people that are, or like racing when you're supposed to be clean, but in some ways you're basically like kind of compromising like an aspect of your integrity for money. Like, let's not kid around about like why these people are doing it.
Yeah.
They're doing it for fucking money.
Yeah.
Which is fine. Like, go make your money. I'm all for that. But it's also just like a weird product. I like, for a track purist, you're always gonna watch and be like, it's not gonna be as cool as watching Usain Bolt run the world record of the Beijing Olympics and be like, holy shit, this is insane.
Or Mondo Duplantis set another world record.
Yeah, and the funny thing is like all these other people, like so the interesting thing is like Sidious Mag put some of the other people that have been recruited to the enhanced games, and they're definitely just trying to like fill the field. Mm-hmm. So they have like other people against, like racing against these people. But just like, for example, again, I don't know who any of these people are, but like someone named Taylor Anderson, who's a 31-year-old sprinter who has a personal best of like 11.2.
A 31-year-old?
For the 100 meters. Taylor Anderson never made a U.S. outdoor 100-meter final. Like 11.2, pretty sure that like Melissa Jefferson would take him to the house. Because aren't women running like 10.6?
Yeah.
So, and then there's this other guy from Great Britain, Reese Prescott, who was like, they're good. He's like, his only career world championship final appearance was in 2017 when he finished 7th. He was once voted off the British 4x100 meter relay. So like, but he like world bronze medalist who hasn't broken 10 seconds in a win legal race since June 2023. Okay, so he has broken 10 seconds. But like Marvin Bracey is like, his 100-meter personal best is like 9.85, and obviously Fred Curley's is like, I think, in the 9.7s.
Yeah. So
it's like they're like head and shoulders above the rest of these guys. Like another guy is run 10.3 and for the 100 and 20 flat, which 20 flat's not bad for 200. But anyways, yeah, I don't know. It's just, I just think it's a gimmick. It's just a gimmick.
You can't blame these guys.
No, you can't blame. Well, you can. It's their fault.
Well, they are banned for some reason or another, or can't get contracts for one reason or another.
No, I think both the two main guys. I'd understand if you're like a so-so runner and you're like, I mean, if the enhanced games is offering you enough money,
yeah,
kind of makes sense. Like if you're trying to live the dream, like, you know, it's more impactful when you have like a world championship Olympic medalist,
yeah,
you know, go and, you know, do it. Then
people are still going to watch it.
Yeah, we'll see.
It's supposed to be.
Some people will watch it for sure.
Isn't it happening in 2026?
I think so, but I don't know enough
like in March. I think it's in March 2026. Yeah. They're doing some exhibition in Vegas, right?
I don't know when it is.
It's something like that.
But anyways, just moral of the story is like both these guys, Fred Curley and like Marvin, they're only going over there because they're banned.
Yep.
And understandably, they want to. I mean, again, I think like watching like everything you do, being a professional athlete is like the sickest thing ever. So like I don't blame them for like wanting to continue that, to keep that dream alive.
It's pretty sick.
Yeah, but it's also just like, I don't know, I feel weird about it. Anyways, that was the only other thing that I wanted to talk about.
Track related.
Track related. Did you have anything else?
Track related? Not really. Oh, I guess we briefly talked about how Drew Hunter is gonna try to run the mile maybe next week. He ran really fast in that indoor 3K, right?
Yeah, in Kansas. Yeah, him and some of the tin men guys went out there. Yeah, he ran 7:39, which is kind of crazy. I don't even know I think 7:40 is what you had to run. I was talking to Cole. This is another thing I was talking to Cole on the CU team about what it took to get into NCAAs in the 3K. And I think it was like 7:40. So like 7:39 is crazy fast, but nowadays it's not like that crazy fast. I mean, great opener.
Yeah,
for
great
sure. I mean,
opener.
I think for sure it'll be really interesting to see because like obviously like Isaiah on the CU team is like one of the best milers in the NCAA.
Yep.
So it'll be interesting to see what Drew can run. And also it's interesting in the sense that like Drew's technically now like a 10K guy.
Yep.
He's not a miler, but he still is a really good miler, you know?
Drew's
So,
really,
I mean, we saw
whatever-
him win that sound race.
yeah, I mean, whatever
He had
he's
like 333 or whatever.
doing,
It's working.
it's working. I think that,
Dad strength.
yeah, dad's strength. Oh yeah, he's got 2 little babies now.
I
Crazy.
think so. I'm scared of that.
Yeah, me too. Anyways, moving on.
Yeah.
I'm done with track stuff now. We want to talk about.
No, I mean we've been going for a good bit. What does the timer say?
I can't read it because I'm. But yeah, we've been going for a while.
We can wrap it up.
Yeah, we can wrap it up.
You want to do your conspiracy theory?
Yeah, I'll do my conspiracy theory. Okay, so I was listening to another podcast earlier this week, and this person in the podcast kind of made this statement as if it was fact, but it seems like crazy to me. So I
Okay.
kind of feel like it's maybe more of a conspiracy theory. But you know how when you go to the grocery store and you buy like the organic pasture raised eggs,
Uh-huh.
and if you were to like crack open one of those eggs next to just like, you know, Kroger brand non-pasture white egg, whatever, and you crack it next to it, and the yolk from the pasture raised egg is going to be like a bright yellow, right? And the other one that's not pasture raised is going to kind of be kind of a lighter yellow, not as bright.
Uh-huh.
Well, apparently, the conspiracy theory is these pasture raised eggs. These birds aren't actually going outside and eating a bunch of bugs, which would cause the yolk to be bright yellow. Apparently, what these farmers are doing is they're feeding the birds turmeric and like vitamin B.
They're giving them vitamins
They're giving the birds vitamins.
to make their yolks look more rich.
Yes. And maybe it actually does make the yolk more rich because I feel like it still tastes good, but it's not from actual foraging in the woods, eating bugs and worms. It's from eating vitamins.
So you think that's crazy? That
I think it's a conspiracy theory because, like, that's insane. They're lying to the customer.
Oh, that they're like pasture raised
That they're
versus...
free range. They're foraging in the woods.
Well, I guess it would kind of make it be like, do you, in some way, like the first thing in my head, I was like, well, wait, if they're giving the chickens vitamins, the chickens are healthier,
Yeah, for
which
sure.
means that they're better to eat. Like, I'd rather have a vitamined up little chicken than a not vitamined up chicken. Like, as long as they're not putting like shitty vitamins in their system that would like, I don't want to, consume.
Well, right. I feel like it's good. Like I feel like it's, and I think those
But
eggs,
you're saying, so the really conspiracy theory part is that like
they're lying.
that it's not pasture raised, it's just
They're giving them vitamins.
oh, okay.
Where the bird isn't actually outside.
I
eating
mean that would
bugs.
to me, like if you're thinking about like from like the business perspective, if you can increase the health of the bird without having
And the egg tastes better too.
makes sense.
I know, but it's just crazy because they're lying if
If that's even true.
if that's even true. But yeah, that's my conspiracy theory. It's a good one, right?
Yeah, I would say it's a conspiracy theory because like unless you do more research, like
We'll never
you
know.
wouldn't want to speak in like firm like that is happening.
No.
But yeah, that would be crazy.
It's interesting to think about.
But I mean, yeah, people lie to make more money all the time.
Yeah.
But I mean, also at the same time, though, it's like if they are getting vitamins, I mean, aside from like the happiness of Mr. Chicken's life, which might be worse, at least they're healthier.
At least their eggs taste better too.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely, anytime I see a yolk and it's like nothing going on, I'm like
I know, right?
when it's too yellow, it's like kind of like borderline like white, looks like kind of
Oh yeah.
bland. You're like,
Yeah.
yeah,
It's super light yellow. And honestly, it doesn't taste as good when it's super light yellow. Like when it's a very rich, like almost orange, I feel like it tastes the best.
yeah.
But it might just be from vitamins. It might not actually be from foraging and eating bugs and worms.
Well, like, would you care? I guess.
Well, the thing is
Like, would you care
well, here's the thing.
if you knew that?
You'd have to.
Okay, like, would you rather have your egg say vitamin, like,
Okay,
chickens
here's the thing.
or pasture raised?
How about this? What if you're spending $3 more per doesn't, in the assumption that the bird is having like access to the outside.
Well, that's so that's the difference.
Yes.
That's the important part. Why are you buying pasture raised eggs? Are you or pasture raised chicken eggs? I can't speak today. Jesus.
It's for the bird.
Well, no, but it's also supposed to be healthier for you, right? Like it's like happier chicken that also consumes things outside, right? It's like has better nutrients, they're getting more vitamin D, like all that shit, I would imagine. Like also creates a better egg. So it's like healthier for you and it's better for the chicken's life.
Yes. But you're getting it for both of those things.
Yeah, but like okay, sure. But like that would come back to the consumer of like, what do you care more about? Do you care more about like, are you eating something healthy? Like, it depends on if you're buying it for both reasons, then yeah, it's really fucked up.
Yes, that's why.
Or if you're buying it specifically for the only reason of like,
it's healthier.
No.
For you.
No. For like, it's better for the chicken, then it's like really fucked up. But if it's only like, if you're buying it only because it's better for you, then it's.
Well, right. But I buy those eggs for both of the reasons. I feel like they taste better because of the more rich orange yolk. But also, I don't want those chickens to be trapped in a little cage. Like, I like the idea of the bird running around outside. So for me, like, if I found out that they were just feeding them vitamins and the eggs tasted really good, but the chickens aren't running around, then I would feel, like, very angry, very upset.
Yeah. I mean, I agree it's, like, fucked up. But part of me is just, like, par for the course. We just, like, screw over most animals that are not humans.
Yeah.
We screw over a lot of humans too.
We screw over a lot of humans too.
Yeah. I don't know. I think I would have a descending order. Like, I would rather it be healthier for me. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, we are just, like, slaughtering these chickens. Well, I guess the egg chickens we wouldn't slaughter.
No, they live for a couple years.
Shit. But wait, do we kill those chickens for, like, chicken at some point? I don't think
so.
They never...
Well, because the chickens that we eat for the meat, they're different. Like, it's a different type of breed. Yeah. So, like, the egg chickens are a different breed.
I guess egg chickens, it's kind of...
They're, like, a little smaller.
Would be messed up.
Yeah. Because their only purpose is to provide us eggs. And so, we're not eating them for their meat. Well, I mean, maybe if you live on a farm, you'll eat an egg chicken after, like, it produces eggs for a couple of years.
No, yeah. But... No, I agree. I was going to say, like, it doesn't really... It's kind of... I don't know. Yeah. No. Yeah. The fact that they're not just getting raised to be slaughtered and created into poultry would make it, in my mind, it would be like less egregious. But yeah, if they're just basically sitting in like a room, kind of comes back to
what does it come back to?
Like letting cats outside.
Oh my god.
Anyways. Anyways.
What's your conspiracy theory?
I don't know if I have a conspiracy theory other than like maybe we're about on the brink of World War III over fucking Greenland.
I know, it's so bad. It's honestly kind of disturbing. Kyle asked me the other day. Kyle was like, do you think if World War III happens, will I get drafted? And I was like, no, Kyle, you'd be like one of the last groups to get drafted. Like,
because I'm getting old.
Yeah, you're almost 30.
Kind of disrespectful. I feel like I'm still in my youth.
Don't tell the government that.
Yeah, I'm old and I'm just kidding.
You have an injury.
Yeah, medically it'd be exempt. No, yeah. I think that's probably... I mean, it makes sense, I think. Like, Greenland, it totally makes sense if, like, the Arctic starts melting, that, like, all these other countries would be interested in Greenland, including the U.S., but, yeah, I don't know.
It's scary.
I would like to avoid global conflict.
Me too.
Yeah. I kind of honestly understand, like, non-politically, like, political stuff aside, I kind of see it both ways. But I think it'd be real chill if we don't get into any global conflicts.
I agree.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Are we ready to wrap this thing up? I don't
know. I guess that's my conspiracy theory, is like maybe we're on the brink of a world war, which I really hope we're not.
I know, yeah.
But it just seems like everything is popping off. Like the U.S. is getting involved in all sorts of shit.
Yeah.
So, yeah, politics aside, more just like, doesn't seem like things are de-escalating.
Well, selfishly, I know this is like kind of fucked up, but like most of this stuff doesn't really affect us. Like what we did to Venezuela doesn't really affect me. What's happening in Greenland doesn't really affect me. But the ramifications of some of these things, it's like, okay, what if some of these countries decide to block US entry? Then all of a sudden, like, am I not going to be able to, for example, go to Europe to do races if they're like, nope, we don't want any Americans here? Because then that could affect me financially. Like if I can't get over there to do these big races, I won't be able to run fast. I won't be able to make money. I won't be able to get my world ranking up. Like all things that are going to affect my ability to make money in this sport.
Well, I think that would be relatively like the least worst.
Well, right. Because if World War III happens,
that's going to be a lot worse for everybody.
But it could escalate slowly, right? Yeah. And this year could be like, oh, U.S. citizens can't enter Europe.
I'm just generally of the thought process that like we just need to be more focused on the homeland.
I agree. The homeland needs some fixing up.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people here who need help.
It's hard for me to understand certain things.
I don't know why we're busting down the doors of other countries when there's millions of Americans.
Oh, did you actually hear? I kind of have a conspiracy theory to get away from the politics. Did you see the statements about like when we went into Venezuela about like how apparently advanced like our military force that went in there?
Oh, with the sound thing that was making people...
No, it was like apparently they were wearing like these like there was like a statement made by like one of the Venezuelan folks that was like on the ground that was like we were like going into the building or whatever, and it was like we were wearing like our military forces were wearing like super futuristic like suits, and that like we killed like hundreds of people and sustained like no casualties of our own.
I did hear about that.
Yeah, where it was like some next gen like military equipment was used that was like insane. But the thing was, I think it was shared by the White House press secretary. So it's like no, that's the Secretary of Defense or whatever, or Secretary of War or whatever.
Press secretary, that lady?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I don't know. I could be wrong. Don't quote me on any of this. Also, like, don't get any of your news from us because we're idiots.
Yeah, we are idiots.
Or take anything that we say seriously because we're idiots. Yeah, that's kind of like a conspiracy theory. Like,
yeah,
do we have a bunch of Iron Man suits? Or like, what's up?
Halo suits.
Yeah, Master Chiefs out there. Yeah.
No, that also could be a psyop.
No, for sure. It could totally be like we're trying to intimidate other countries that we have some like futuristic technology. Like,
yeah. Because then the the government was like, Mexico, you're next if you don't get in line.
Yeah, you're gonna send our Iron Man suits. Man.
Exactly. So
I don't know.
It could be a psyop, but that is a good conspiracy theory. Does the United States have Halo suits?
Yeah, or whatever it is. I can't remember exactly. I think it was that they were wearing like sophisticated like suits or something. But yeah, anyways, don't listen to us.
We're dumb. We don't know anything, honestly.
Yeah, we don't know really anything about politics.
Unless it physically happens to me, I genuinely don't know anything.
Yeah. I don't have fully formed opinions based on almost anything.
Yeah, it's true. I'm usually open.
Just trying to like live my life.
I just want to eat 3 meals a day and go for a run.
And hang out with our cats.
And hang out with the cat who's screaming outside the door.
Yeah, also if you heard of like some loud like thing in the background, we had our vacuum running during.
Yeah, we have
a robot vacuum.
Yeah, we have a special robot vacuum that cleans our floors for us.
Yeah, it was a little louder than I thought it was going to be a couple times.
But it's fine.
So sorry about that. But anyways, episode 13.
It's a wrap.
In the books. It might be another couple weeks before we film one of these because I'm gone next week and then you're gone the following weekend.
Yep.
So it might be a 2 or 3 week. I can't speak tonight. A 2 or 3 week hiatus. But potentially, maybe not. We'll see. We'll
have cool stuff to talk about when we both get back because you'll be coming back from a work trip where you have some
just riveting shit is gonna happen. Sick.
Hopefully you can get out and do some stuff.
Hell yeah.
And I'll be returning from Boston.
Val will have some cool stuff to talk about. Realistically, I we'll have some stuff to talk about. I don't know how interesting it'll be.
Well, it could
And
be.
we probably won't talk about much of it. Realistically.
Okay, well, that's
Val's just trying to be nice.
well, yeah, I think that you have interesting stuff going on in your life.
Oh, thanks. Thanks. No, the professional athlete definitely has cooler stuff going on, which is the way it should be.
Thanks, babe.
Yep. All right. Well, sick. We didn't really post on social media about our last episode. So,
But if you want to check it out, you can.
yeah, so go check it out. And yeah, and we'll see you on the next one. We're going to keep it rolling. We've obviously not been great about sticking to a schedule.
Yeah, it's been hard to stick to a schedule because sometimes there's just not stuff to talk about, and I've not been great about inviting guests. But you know, as the indoor season kind of keeps rolling, we'll have a lot more to talk about, and then I definitely want to get, you know, some more guests on the pod.
Yeah, well, the other thing too is that like people have been gone and stuff, and
It's true.
still like pretty close back to the holidays. Also, a lot of people are like at like altitude camps and
It's true, yeah.
stuff.
A lot of the pro runners in town that we were gonna invite, they're not in town anymore. We'll figure it out. There's still lots of people to talk to. There's a lot of cool stuff going on,
Yeah,
and so
we just also haven't been very proactive about asking people.
that's very true.
That's
But
pretty much the biggest reason. But
Yes.
also people have been gone.
it's true, but it's fine. Anyways, if you've listened this far, thank you so much for your support. If you're watching on YouTube, go ahead and give us a like and subscribe. That would help a lot. If you're on Spotify, drop a comment, let us know what you think, and rate the pod if you want.
Yeah, go listen to the last episode too if you haven't already.
Yeah.
We talked about something that I can't remember, but it was sweet.
It was sweet. Go ahead and give it a listen. Thank you so much for watching or listening
Or both.
or both, hopefully both.
All right. We'll see you guys later. Thanks so much.
Peace.